tipped the scales at 7. It's Roy Jones Jr., one of the greatest of all time. Pensacola's Jaime the Beast Munguia, very intimidating, fighting out of this battle. So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
It's a privilege and an honor to be here. I feel so.
And there's the bell to start the round. And with the uppercut. Lucky that hook didn't score. Usually you don't need a weather report for a boxing match, but we certainly do today as we fight under the sun.
In such heat, the cornermen need to be able to do their job. Think about what they're doing. Want to cool you down, want to ice you back, want to give you instructions in your head, and want to just calm you to tell you what you're doing right and what you're doing wrong. Because that's the most important thing. Forget about the heat. Forget about everything else.
Right hand, right on point. For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Tried to score with a jab. Punch, counter punch. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got to take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
They exchange punches. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. As bad as boxing judging can be sometimes, there's no doubt who won that round. They ring the bell, and here we go. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything worked. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? It's like a game of joust. They both got their swords. They're slinging it. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You're not going to see a lot of finesse and skills from this guy. He wants to bury his forehead in your chest and pound away.
Oh, man, you got swarm in your face. You've got to try and push him off, make him go into the ropes. You got to sometimes fight fire with fire. Hit him low on the blind side of the referee. Get him angry.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Needs to put some combination work together. One punch is good, 2 punches better. The right hook just missed. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. He is down big time on the scores.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, Baron, ring away.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Hook misses. A lot of people love watching fighters in this weight class because they've got the speed and they've got the power. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? I don't think it's going to be a boxing match. This is going to be a fight.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Well, Johnny, has anything surprised you here as we enter the final frames of this bout?
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty. He'll do everything to get the win. I've got to box him. I've got to frustrate him. I've got to humiliate him and show him how good a boxer I am. That's the only way you beat an aggressive fighter. Show your boxing skills. Step up the road. Don't fight fire with fire. Use blade.
A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. So the fight will continue. How do they turn things around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you. And that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Got to let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. You'd like to see more jabs. This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
We're at the halfway point of this round, and both of these fighters have had their moments. Still could go either way.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them?
And this is not the way, and down goes Jaime Munguia. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. Let's talk about Jaime Munguia in that last round. So it's plan B time after being knocked down in that round.
Can make or break it.
They ring the bell, and here we go. He got knocked down in the last round. Let's see what he can do here.
What a knockdown. 1 minute. You need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
Just avoids the left uppercut. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Just missed with that hook. Straight right, just misses. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. A perfect counter shot. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judge.
And there's the bell to start the round. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
And he scores with the counter. Both men step back for just a moment. Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven. The straight right just misses.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Don't let this fighter's speed fool you. There's some method to the madness. These are precision shots, and they're coming at lightning speed.
What you've got to do, Toddy, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
Roy Jones Jr. in trouble. Talk about Roy Jones in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy. They ring the bell, and here we go. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nope, that jab not going to score. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Now this is about desire. This is about character. This is about want.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Halfway through the round, I'm not sure who's winning it.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. It's like a match made in heaven.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, it can be intimidating. Just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Caution is being thrown to the wind. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Roy Jones in that last round. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
He's ready to... That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you've broken this kid's will. Be smart, change your angles, go out there and finish him. He is... You're so close, kid. Come on. Bang him downstairs. Jab, jab. That's what I'm talking about. Oh, you've broken this kid's will to fight. He's nearly down. This kid, he is ready to go. Jump all over him. He's ready to... Bang him downstairs. Jab, jab. That's what I'm talking. Be smart, change your angles, go out there and finish him. He is ready.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
He threw the hook, didn't land. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. The old adage is, no matter how much speed you've got, timing beats speed.
So you're getting in there with somebody that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get him close.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point. This is some of the best action I've seen in any round anywhere this year.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. You'd like to see more jabs. One punch could change anything when these two step in the ring. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. A pretty lopsided decision there, a unanimous one.
What a whitewash. You know, that's skills, that's class, that's levels. One is up there, one is down there, but you know what? The loser is going to have to learn a big, hard lesson. I totally agree.